Yeah, guys, sorry about this. Apologies for being late. I had a major long phone call and obviously had to deal with all this still on here. I was trying to sort a few things out, ready for the stream. But obviously, as we know, the time goes and obviously I'm late because I was going to be here at 12, of course, and then half 12. But never mind, I'm actually here, and apologies to everyone. And of course, I've got my guest here as well, and we'll get straight into it because obviously it's time's getting on, and I've got to do a cricket stream later as well. So, but I want to get on with this, obviously. So let's go into this. But I'll get me guest on first, and he's Ollie, of course, otherwise known as DJ Sinclairo. Got plenty of great content on his channel, music and many other sports. He's into cricket, of course, and football and many other things. So I'll bring him on now. Big up, bro. How you doing, man?
Yep.
Right.
Big up, man. Oh, sorry.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry. It is kind of my fault. We're a bit late because
No worries.
We're supposed to start at 12, and I was like, so I saw the clock at 11:30. I was like, I need to wake up before 12, and then I look at the clock again. It's like, oh no, it's 20 past 12. So yeah,
No
yeah.
worries, mate.
I was sure you had a phone call anyway, but
yeah,
I will probably
I
have
had a lot
to
of other things as well, so don't worry about it. It's cool.
I'll probably have to leave before 2 because obviously the cricket stream's at 2:30, and I need to do a 30-minute mix. So I'll do the mix before and then go on the stream. But
it's fine, mate. Hopefully this won't take too long. I won't go too long with this. I'll try and shorten it as quick as possible if I can.
Yeah.
But obviously we want to get straight on. Obviously we were talking about quarterfinals here, the Euros, and of course we obviously know what happened, but obviously I'll go into the first one and I'll bring that up in the background here, and we'll talk about that. And which started, of course, last Friday. Yeah. That long ago, wasn't it? It was last Friday. It all kicked off in the quarterfinals. And I'll bring this one up. And of course, it was that one. Spain and Germany. And a bit of an upset there, wasn't there? Everyone thought, Germany are going to do well. They're going to get through. They're the hosts. Playing some really good football. Annihilated Scotland, but that's not hard, is it? And other teams, they played really well. Played some great stuff. But then these two, I thought, very good teams. Both very good teams. Spain looked quality as well, I thought. These two probably look more like the teams that were playing better football and doing stuff. Better play, quicker, more cohesive, passing and everything else. What did you make of this one, Ollie?
Yeah, it was a big shock because I wanted Germany to win. But Spain played well. Obviously, Spain run. I think they're unbeaten. Bit like England, they've won all their games. But yeah, it was quite a bit of luck. Obviously, they scored just before the last minute. I think Germany should have been given a penalty with that Cucurella handball, but then obviously I spoke to someone about it and they said it was like his hand was in a natural position, so it wasn't a handball. But I think it clearly hit his hand, and whether it's an accident or not, it still hit his hand. But Germany, just weren't good enough. I think Spain possibly can make it to the final, though I do want France to win against Spain, and Spain will probably win again because they're the team I want the other team to win. But yeah, it's a big shock. Obviously, Germany, the host, they would have liked to go to the final or at least the semi-final. But Spain, they've been incredible this tournament. Haven't lost a game. The standout players, Unai Simeone in goals, been brilliant. Obviously, David Raya had a game as well, and he got a clean sheet.
You're actual keeper now. You've actually got off us at last. Paid the money, you skinflint.
Obviously, Omo plays well. He got a goal and assist.
Omo's quality, I think. He was their best player, I think.
Yamal's a great player as well.
Yeah.
In terms of defense, Cucurella's great. I thought, Carvajal was a decent player, but he got a red card. So Ruiz is all right, but he got injured, unfortunately. Morata's a decent striker. He didn't score, though. But yeah, I was disappointed in Germany. They've got quality. They've got Havertz, they've got Musiala, Sané, Gundogan. They still lost the game, but yeah, it's a big shock, obviously, as the hosts going out. But I do possibly back Spain to maybe go and win the tournament now, possibly after beating Germany. They're unbeaten. They just beat Germany. But Spain is going to be tough. France is going to be tough. They're not playing themselves, gosh. Yeah, France is going to be a tough game for them. But yeah, they're doing well at the moment, and they might have gone on to win it. But big up Chris Welsh in the comments, man. Big up.
Yeah, let's just talk about this one, Ollie, at the moment, man, because obviously we will get onto the others in a little while, but I'm just mainly talking about this game.
All right.
And obviously, as we say, it was 2-1 Spain after extra time, of course.
Yep.
And Spain took the lead, of course, as we know. And Germany equalised very late goal to get back into it. But I think they deserved that. They were showing more in the second half, and I thought, more dominance, and deserved the equaliser. But I thought overall Spain were a better team in a way. I thought, and I thought probably deserved the win. They wanted it more in extra time, I think, as well. Chris Welch says never rated Nagelsmann as a manager across Germany, in my opinion. It's a failure for Germany, and they deserve criticism. Home tournament, there was an expectation. They're solely ultras will criticise him. Yeah, exactly. I agree, but I think he's a pretty decent manager, Nagelsmann. I wouldn't say that he's that bad. I think he's very good. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on every coach, especially the German coaches now, and. What was the name of that last manager they had? Germany. What was his name?
Was it Lau? Was it Low?
Joachim Low.
Yeah.
And he done fairly well, and he'd been there quite a few years. So, but then you've had so many others, obviously Beckenbauer and everything. There's been so many other managers they've had, and not all done that well. So, it's you got to think about who's going to come in and do any better. And they got some quality players, Germany. Don't forget, they got some great players.
Yep.
Musiala, great player, young player, and many old Kimmich, of course, as we all know. And who was that guy that scored the equaliser for Germany? I think I rate him. He looks good. What was his name, Ollie? The guy that scored for Germany, the equaliser?
Wirtz.
Wirtz, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Wirtz, I rate him as well. Chris Welch says Spain, my team of the tournament so far, wasn't their best performance of the tournament. But at this stage, it's all about winning. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, 100% agree with that. Hansi Flick, yeah. Good manager. Very good manager. Flick got sacked after 2 tournaments. Yeah, well.
Oh, right.
There you go. But he's good. I mean, they're still good. Still good managers, whatever you say. And it's always hard when you got there's a lot of talent that they got to work with, and they got to somehow get a team out of them, working as a team, not individuals. And it is very difficult. I mean, you see what Southgate's done. He's been there so long now. And we keep saying, great players he's got there. You've got so much talent in the Premiership, English players, and yet he hasn't really got. Well, he's done well. He's got them to the latter stage. He's got them to a final, but he still hasn't won anything. But maybe it might be it this time. But obviously, we go into that in a little while. Won't talk about that just yet. But I'll save that till last. The big one with England. So. But obviously, so Spain advanced, and pleased for them. I think they're going to be a tough team. They're maybe one of the favourites for this. They won it. When was the last time? 2012? Was it 2012?
Yeah, it might be.
2012, 2014, something like that. So yeah, I think they look a very good team and very good players. As I say, Olmo, I rate Olmo quality, and Yamal, as you said. No, they've got a lot of good players there. Maybe not as good as maybe the side they had with Xavi and Iniesta and Torres and all that, Cavola, Fabregas, all those players. That was probably the best team. I think it was 2008, 12, probably around that time when they had the really best players. But I think they could do well here, and if they get through into the final, will be tough. But so we spoke about that one enough. So I'll go on to the next one. Hold on a minute. I'll just get this in the background. Which was also on Friday, of course, the other match. And that was this one, Portugal and France. I didn't think it was okay. It was decent. I wouldn't say it's the best game. I thought there'd be a lot more goals, be a lot better this one. I thought there'd be a lot, but I mean, both teams haven't really sparkled. I don't think in this tournament so far. And you think of all the talent they both got. Portugal, the list of players is endless. Ronaldo, of course, Bernardo Silva, Fernandes. How many others we got? Trying to think of the rest of them. There's loads. There's loads of great players they got there. And also on the bench, of course, there's just so many. I thought they would do better, but I thought they weren't that great in this tournament. I thought they weren't great at all. They've done well to get to the quarters. But and I don't think France have been that great either. With all the talent they got with Mbappe and many others, Griezmann and the rest of them, Kante and Mbappe, not Mbappe, who's the other one? Dembele and loads of other players they got. So I didn't think they'd been that great. Maybe this time we'd have a chance against them. Giroud was still there as well, and he's still with France. I think he was. Did he play or Giroud? Yeah, I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he's still with France, but I don't think he played.
Oh, I thought I did see him in one of the games, but I don't know, I could be wrong. But yeah, they got so many great players. Then yeah, they haven't sparkled either. This was a better affair than I've seen them both play in games. I thought there was a lot more chances between them, but overall, of course, it was 0-0 and extra time, and then of course penalties, which France won, of course, 5-3. What do you make of this game, Ollie?
Yeah, obviously it's another huge. Well, it's not really. It's a bit of a shock, obviously, because Ronaldo's out of the tournament.
Yeah.
A lot of people are fans of Ronaldo, maybe because he previously played for United, they're a United fan, or they just prefer him to Messi, or they just like him because he's played for a club they like, or they like Portugal. But yeah, France. I do hope they can make it to the final. I would be happy if they won the final. I do want England to win though, but obviously I do get 98 quid in the sweepstake. Sorry. If France win, sorry, I don't know what happened there. But yeah, I think France have a great team. Obviously, Mbappe, in goal, Munyon, Saliba. They've got a great defense. Obviously, Saliba, Open. I'm not sure I'd say the other name, centre back's name. Obviously, who else? Theo Hernandez, Kunde as well, and then decent midfield as well. Kante, Camavinga.
Yeah. There's so many great players they've got, really, when you think about it.
But it was a boring game. No goals, really. I mean, it is boring when it's a 0-0 game, but
didn't really take off the game, did it?
No. So obviously, it had to go to penalties, and France won. I mean, I guess France, they've learned from the Argentina penalty shootout. They lost that one, so they've won now. But yeah, I was surprised that Portugal lost. I thought Portugal would be quite good at penalties, and I think bringing off Fernandez for Felix a bit stupid because Fernandes is a much better penalty taker than Felix, and obviously it proved that by Felix missing. And yeah, I think maybe that sub cost them the game, subbing on Felix because he missed the penalty. But yeah, France, I think they're a good team, and I think they might make the final. Hopefully, yeah, a bit of a boring game, but I don't know. France got a bit lucky really with the penalty shootout. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you make of Ronaldo's contribution in this tournament? It's going to be his last, apparently, you reckon? So.
Well, it's his last Euros. Obviously, the next World Cup is in 2 years, so he'll be 41.
Well, he's 39, isn't he? So I can't see him playing too much longer.
Yeah, so in 2 years he'll be 41. Whether he still plays for Portugal, I'm not quite sure, because obviously some players have played in their 40s, like Ryan Giggs, Beckham, other players and stuff. But yeah, I think I don't think he'll play in his 40s. I think he'll probably retire maybe at 40. He'd probably play like another season at a club and then retire maybe. But yeah, this is obviously definitely his last Euros, because the next Euros is 2028, and he'll be 43 then. So yeah, it's sad. Obviously, last World Cup he got knocked out. He got knocked out in this Euros. Obviously, he did win the Euros in 2016. But yeah, it is a shame. Possibly his international career has ended like this, being crashed out of the quarterfinals by France and penalties. But yeah, as in terms of the contribution in the tournament, I think he's got one assist maybe, but he hasn't scored any goals. I think he might have had an offside goal. He's all right at dribbling. He's a decent passer, passing the ball around and stuff, but he hasn't really contributed in terms of goals, or he hasn't really had any. I don't think Portugal had any penalties for him to. Obviously, he did have a penalty actually, and he missed that one. But I think he got a penalty. He scored a penalty in the penalty shootout, and he scored another penalty in the France game as well. But yeah, he hasn't really done much this tournament. He's really let down Portugal a bit, and in his last Euros. So yeah, it has been a disappointing tournament for Ronaldo and Portugal. Well, Portugal have had an okay. Obviously, they've got quite lucky with the penalty shootouts. They had 2 penalty shootouts in the knockout stages and lost 1-1. And they did okay in the group. I've kind of forgotten how they did in the group. I think they lost against Georgia, and I think they won their first 2 games. That's how they qualified. But yeah, Ronaldo's had a poor tournament, and it's sad that his Euros has ended this way with not contributing to Portugal, not winning the trophy, not anything. But yeah, it's been a poor tournament for Ronaldo and Portugal.
Yeah, and I rate that Leao as well. He's another good player for Portugal. But and you think they majorly disappointed and underperformed for the talent they've got in that team. Major talent. But the same with France as well. I think Mbappe, I don't know what's happened with him. I know he got that bad nose injury.
Well, I think he's done quite well. He scored a penalty, and but he didn't really do much.
I don't think he's been at his best, though, really. Not really.
No, maybe it's probably not an excuse from the injury, but I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know why he hasn't been playing that well, but he obviously scored a penalty, but that's it, really. Obviously, he didn't score in the Portugal game, and yeah.
Maybe he might fire in the semi. You never know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, click on.
But yeah. I spoke about that one enough, and we'll move on to the other ones on Saturday, of course. And just bring them up. Where was that? I'll find it now. Yeah, this one first. Netherlands and Turkey. I thought it was a really good game, this one. I really did like this game. Really enjoyed it. Both good teams. I rate Turkey. I thought they're a very good team, Turkey. I thought they'd be one of the dark horses to maybe go a lot further, maybe go to the semi at least. But Netherlands are hit and miss, I thought, in the tournament. They can either do something really good or been really poor at times. And not really performed. Another big team that haven't really done enough. Obviously, like Gakpo, I think have had a good tournament for Netherlands. I think he's been really good. Obviously Liverpool player, as we know. He's done really well. Of course, Depay, of course, has done okay. He failed over here. Depay has failed over here, really, hasn't he? With United and whatever, but he's done all right there. And even Weghorst, I think, has been important when he's come on. Has done stuff, of course, as we know as well for Man United. Van der Ven, quality player, as we know at Spurs. I don't know how the hell Spurs got him, but he's quality. Very quick. We could do with him, someone like him, in the England defence, really. But unfortunately, we haven't quite got that. But I mean, of course, Van Dijk and the rest of them. I think their goalie's been really good as well. It's had a good tournament.
Vester, what's it? Who? Turkey or Netherlands goalkeeper?
No, Netherlands. Wales, they got the one we got, Flecken. He's on the bench.
Yeah, Flecken's on the bench.
Frigging play for them. He shouldn't be playing for us, really. But Netherlands aren't that great defensively. All over the place can be got at. Turkey had their chances. Yeah, shame. I thought they deserved it. I mean, he made some great saves though. That Netherlands goalie, and but I thought that's really good. What's the name? Arda Güler for Turkey. I think great player, young player, quality. They've got some really good players there, Turkey, and that Demiral. I thought, unfortunately, he got suspended because of a celebration he done.
Yeah.
Banned or whatever from there. So that was a shame. But they got very good players, and then overall, in a way, I thought they were a better team in a way. But Netherlands had the better moments, and they obviously scored, and they got the 2 goals. So. It's gonna, as we know, it's our opponent now in the semis, Netherlands. So it's going to be tricky, that one. But obviously, we're going to go into that in a little while. The semis. Chris Welch, Gakpo having the tournament of his life, and Netherlands are threat from set pieces. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, agree with that, 100%, mate. This is one of the better. I thought one of the better quarterfinals. This one, a lot of good football, and quite exciting. Germany and Spain were good as well. I thought that was one of the better ones as well. Obviously, the Portugal France was probably the worst. Our one was okay, and obviously I'll get into that in a little while. But we spoke about that one. So let's move on. And as we know, the other game, I'll bring it up in a minute. I thought, where is it? I had that on here. Hold on a minute, mate. I'm trying to find it. I should have that on here. Where is it? Hold on a minute, Ollie. I won't be long. I'm just trying to get it.
Sorry.
I'll get that up in a minute. Yeah, I'm sure I had this on here. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. That big game, England and Switzerland. It was okay. I don't think it was a really exciting game as such. I think it was okay. Had its moments. I think we played a bit better than we have the other games. 4 games we played previously, we've been pretty, I don't know, boring, negative at times and whatever. I thought we'd done a lot better in this game because Switzerland were always going to be a tougher proposition. I was a bit worried before the game. I don't know about you, that we could possibly lose to Switzerland. because they're a decent team. You know, when you think about, I mean, they're not a massive, a major team in the world, an awesome team. They're good. They're very good, and they always get to these latter stages. They always progress in tournaments, and a very good team. And I never took them lightly, to be honest. I thought this was going to be a tough one. I really did. We had to be at our best, really, here. And I thought we did do a lot better. We didn't have loads of chances, but then neither did Switzerland, I guess. They didn't create loads of chances either, but I thought it was a good game, decent game. Not totally boring, but obviously we got the result. And of course, Saka, what a cracking goal. Fantastic goal to equalise. Also, they took the lead through Mbolo. And of course, we talk about a defence again, not great with Stones, of course, and everything. No, it wasn't great again. To let that get through to him. I thought Konza had a really great game, but yeah, and of course he was with Brentford at one stage. So, you know we make some great players, Ollie. So, you know,
yeah.
And you know, I thought he was great in defence, to be honest. You know, obviously depth sizing for Gahey and all that. So, yeah, I thought he was really good. Stones, no, not great again. I think even Walker weren't great either.
No, I thought Walker was all right. He wasn't too bad in some.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I didn't think he was that brilliant. And also big up Chelsea fan. It's
Yeah, big
great to
up
see
Chelsea
you in here,
fans.
mate. Cheers, mate. Coming in, brilliant as usual. Always in here, and yeah. So, but yeah, obviously we did get the result. That was the main thing. Okay, it was penalties. Ideally, I wanted it to go, you know, be finished in normal or extra time would have been great, but obviously we knew we've got a lot of great penalty takers, and obviously brought them on, as we know. Mr. Tony came on, and you know, got great penalties. We know that usual penalty, looking at the goalie and then taking it, you know, scoring. So fantastic penalty, and obviously all the rest were great as well. Saka, of course, I feel happy for him and pleased for him. After we know the last time Euros when he missed one, we know how badly people got on his back then, and racism, which I never condone. I hate racism. It's terrible. It's horrible, disgusting. Hated all that on him just because he missed a penalty and because of the colour of his skin. You know, not great. It's terrible. It's horrible. And but this time he scored, and I was made up for him. I thought that was brilliant, cracking penalty, and so was obviously Tony's and Arnold's at the end, brilliant as well. The last one. So, what do you make of it, Ollie?
Yeah, I didn't actually talk about the Netherlands Turkey game. Game, so I'll talk about that a bit now.
Oh, we spoke about that, haven't we? Before we just
no, you spoke about it, but I didn't get my say on it.
Oh, sorry, mate. Oh, hold
Yeah,
on. Well, I thought we'd done all that. Hold on. Yeah, I sure thought we had. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Go on, then, mate.
So I'll talk about this game and then obviously talk about the England game. But
yeah, sure.
Yeah, obviously, this is one of the games I didn't really watch fully. I watched all of the Portugal France game because I did a watch along for that, and then I watched most of the Spain versus Germany one as well. But this one I watched the first half. I watched till the Turkey goal, and then I think I switched off after that. I don't know why. But obviously, yeah, Netherlands came back. They got a goal, and then obviously it was an own goal. But yeah, obviously Gakpo's been brilliant. They've got a great team. Gakpo, Depay, obviously Weghorst, a great attacking threat. In goal, as you said, their goalkeeper's good. Decent defense as well. You know, Van Dijk. But Turkey, you know, they've been decent this tournament. I forgot who they beat, but yeah, obviously, you know, I would have liked to play Turkey in the next round. They beat Austria, yeah. And beating Austria is a good result
Yeah,
because
I thought they're a great team. Austria
yeah,
were as well.
yeah.
So
I thought Austria were the dark horses because they topped their group, but
yeah, done well
yeah,
to
obviously,
beat them. Really, I think Austria
yeah,
were the
yeah,
favourites, to be honest with that.
yeah. But Netherlands, yeah, obviously, they were the better team and they came back. But I would have liked to see Turkey, win, and we played Turkey because it would have been an easier semi-final. But I guess we take a tougher. Obviously, we finally have a tougher fixture. And yeah, hopefully we can beat Netherlands. Obviously, we'll talk about it in a bit. But yeah, obviously I would have liked Turkey to win, but good win for Netherlands. Turkey have a great side as well. Gullier, obviously the guy got suspended, and they probably could have won the game if he played. Yilmaz in attack,
Yeah,
Chonologlu.
Demirel was the one suspended, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, Demirel.
Demiral. Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, decent from Netherlands, and obviously we play them next.
Right, as you said enough, you spoke about that enough, mate, or do you want to add anything else?
Yeah, I've spoken about enough.
Right, okay, mate, we'll move on. As I say, we obviously talk about England now. And, yeah, a lot better performance, though, let's be honest here. It was better, our performance, because we haven't played great, have we? I mean, we've been a bit boring, a bit negative at times. Not been fantastic. Because we all want our teams to do well, don't we? Our England teams to do well and play better football. But are we getting through? We're getting the results. I suppose that's what matters, isn't it? We are getting the results and winning.
Yeah.
So, what did you make of the game?
So obviously, a typical England, 0-0 game for a while. And then obviously we conceded. But Saka responded with a great goal. It's a great goal. So he
Yeah,
got his Arsenal teammate Declan Rice passed him the ball, edge of the box. He shoots, and we're back in the game. Would have liked to obviously get a winner in normal time because we didn't do that against Slovakia. Obviously, we had to wait to extra time. But yeah, obviously it was still 1-1 after extra time. And we had good penalties. And yeah, as Chris Walsh said there, all the penalties were perfect. Palmer, Bellingham, Saka, Tony, and Arnold. Obviously, Pickford did well as well to save the first penalty. I think it was a bit stupid that Switzerland put two defenders as their first penalty takers, which is a bit stupid. Obviously, Shah scored his. But yeah, we scored all our penalties, so we did quite well. But I just wanna, if we do beat Netherlands, I want to win in 90 minutes because obviously I don't want more extra time. I don't want penalties. I want to just either lose or win I don't want to lose, but obviously I'd rather lose than in normal than time than extra time.
Yeah.
But I do want to try and win in normal.
We're getting to the semis in a minute, Ollie. Just talk about this, please. I did this one.
Yeah, but no,
I'm going to review the semis soon.
Wasn't the best performance, but we still got the win. Played well on penalties. Saka played well. Pickford obviously played well. He only got 2 saves, but he got a penalty save. Defense wasn't the best, as you said. Kyle Walker and Stones weren't the best. Kane wasn't too good as well. I think we should play either Ollie Watkins or Tony against.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Kane has been great at all. He's looked tired. Lethargic. I don't think he's done enough. I know he scored some goals, a couple of goals or so, but I don't think he's been at his best.
But Bellingham was okay. Obviously, he scored the penalty. It wasn't too good. But Saka for me was probably
really
good. Saka was man of the match, and he got man of the match.
Yes, Hanno, big up, man.
It's coming home.
It's coming home, Bosh. Yeah. Yeah, let's hope so, Hanno. Yeah, I hope so, man. We have got another guest in here, and I'm surprised he's in here. It's Manny, in fact, because he's got a cold. But I'll bring him in, and he's not actually connected yet by the looks of it. So but, I'm surprised he's actually managed to come in if he's not well. But anyway, that's good. That's good. Everyone's welcome.
Maybe he's better.
Yeah. Yeah, Chelsea fan, be up, Hanno. Yeah, be up to Hanno. Yeah, and from him, coming from Hanno, that's good. So he don't really like us, does he? England as such. So it's good to hear that he wants us to win it. So brilliant, and yeah, and hey, I didn't do that. Put that in there.
Wait, what? Who did that?
It wasn't me.
Oh, maybe it was Manny.
Manny? Why would he do that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Try to think. Who else should do it? Maybe Orest or something. I don't know.
Was that you, Manny, who put that?
He wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. I do apologise. That was actually me.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it was
I thought I could do put it in the chat, but I didn't realise that I'd sort of logged in.
Okay, mate.
Thing. But big up to you, Mr. B.
Yeah,
and
up,
in case I saw your message, actually, and I thought I felt kind of horrible. I do feel a lot better now. The cold has actually gone, and yesterday I was on Ryan's stream for Huddersfield Town Fan TV, where we were reviewing the quarterfinals and previewing the semis. So I thought I had to come on over here. I do apologise for being late because I had some stuff to do.
No
but
worries,
good to see you, and Mr. Sinclair. I love the shirt you're wearing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Got the old 3 lions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the away kit. I got it quite recently.
Yeah. We ain't no hooligans. This ain't a football stream. 3 lions on his chest, and we will dare to dream.
Wrong. Playing for England. England. Playing this song. I won't go into that.
Playing for England. England. Auf Wiedersehen. It's 1-on-1.
Yeah, you do sound good, actually, man. You sound all right, mate, your voice. And if you got a cold, you sound pretty good, mate, to be honest.
No, the cold's gone, actually, because...
Oh, is it? Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I thought I had to sort of come on to say sorry to you. And
that's
also,
all right, my friend. No worries, it's fine.
Yeah, and big up to the chat, big up to Chris as well. So, what did I miss? What were you boys talking about?
Oh, so we've gone through all the pretty much quarterfinals we've been talking about. I don't know, we can't really go back from because it might take too long, and obviously
not an issue because I was doing more or less the same thing with Mr. Mather, and I think it's fair to say that once again, I think Chris has summed it up in an earlier chat comment he put in the chat. I just didn't have the privilege of reading it. We are getting lucky scraping through, he said. But at the same time, we're still going through. If we win, the boys will get full credit. And I suppose that there is some merit to that, because obviously nobody cares how you win a tournament as long as you end up winning it, even if it means having to stink your way to the top. The only problem is, seldom has there ever been a team that has won a major tournament without having played well in at least 1 or 2 of the games, and certainly not in the big games when it really matters. So, there's a story I have of a bird who wanted to try and, fly to the top of a tree. A nearby buffalo said, "You're welcome to," and spoiler alert, this can get a little bit graphic, so I am trying to make sure I tone the language down a bit.
Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome to try some of my droppings if you like, because they're packed with nutrients. And before you comment, birds do tend to eat almost anything and everything that's available. So there were some buffalo droppings, or bovine manure, as you would like to call it, and the bird ate it and relished it. There were some berries in it, so obviously there was some nutritional value, and the bird ended up having enough strength to fly to the top of the tree. And so once at the top of the tree, the bird was very happy, but then a hunter with a gun saw that bird and promptly shot the bird from that tree. And the moral of the story is, and make of this what you will, BS may get you to the top, it won't keep you. So in the same way, in the same way, we are sort of BSing, or at least for a nicer term, winging our games. And, sooner or later, we are going to get found out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, what do you make of this lineup from Chris here? Pickford, Walker, Stones, Gahey, Saka, Mainu, Reece, Rice, Trent, Palmer, Watkins, Bellingham, drop Kane and Foden. Play Trent as a wing back. Gahey back from suspension.
I don't know if you boys talked about how we looked at least marginally better against Switzerland because we changed our formation to a back three. And there's a part of me that thinks the Netherlands are also going to play a back three, a back four. They used to play a back three under Louis van Gaal, and they looked really good. But now under Koeman, they play a flat back four, which means that it's just Denzel Dumfries as the wing back who goes forward, and Nathan Ake as the more conservative left back.
Yeah,
it's a shame for Daley Blind, who really is a quality player, but it is what it is. But that back three formation, which is also what we used in the 2018 World Cup, did help us play some fairly decent football. I would actually like to see Southgate stick with that formula, because my biggest fear is that if we do go back to a back four, we could end up getting found out. A big bonus as well, and I'm going to come to the issue of Saka playing as a left wing back. The one advantage of Saka playing as a left back in Chris's formation is that it brings Cole Palmer into the team, and so he can have a start maybe. And what he probably wants is to see Palmer and Bellingham play alongside Watkins in the front three. I think that might be correct, with central midfield three of Mainu and Rice and Trent. Does he want to play Trent as a right winger or have him in the number 10? I just don't know. I'm not too sure if the midfield experiment for Trent would work once again. I really don't think so. I think Trent is now at his best, coming on as more of an impact sub. And Bellingham should either play as a 10 or a defensive midfielder. Mainu keeps his place. But I want to ask you, boys, how impressed were you with Luke Shaw when he came on against Switzerland?
I thought he'd done all right. I mean, it seems though he's been out so long, he looked obviously a bit rusty, as we all know. He would be, but I thought he actually done all right at times. He was covering well and right at the back there, because there were times they went through and we only had him. I think was it him and one or two others at the back there, and he covered brilliantly. I think he was almost last man at times. So I think he looked quite good. I think he's obviously going to play. They're saying he's fit enough to play in the semi, so that'd be great. I think we need a proper left back. Trippier is not a left back, never has been, never will be, or left wing back, even any of those. So I think it's great that he's back. I don't know about what would you say about Ollie? Do you rate him? Think he done well?
Who is this?
Shaw. Luke Shaw.
Oh yeah, I think Shaw did well. I think we should start. I think we should start Shaw instead of Saka at left back, because obviously now he's fit. He was on the bench, so he's clearly fit. We should play a proper left back instead of playing Trippier. As you said, Trippier's not a left back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we should play Luke Shaw against Netherlands. He played quite well when he came on, and he's a proper left back. So yeah, I think he should play instead of Trippier or Saka or anyone like that.
Yeah. Brilliant. Anyway, we've got to go. Sorry, man. I've got to go to Ollie because he has to go. So
absolutely.
Sorry,
yeah,
mate.
but I'm just gonna obviously I won't be here, but I'll give my quick predictions for the semi-finals. So for the Spain-France game, I'm going for a 2-1 France win, and for the England game, I'm going to go with England. I think we can do it just about. I think England 2, Netherlands 1, hopefully. I mean, it might not be that score. We probably lose to Netherlands, but I won't do my lineup for the England game or anything because that'll take a while. But obviously catch me on a few of the channels here on Mr. B, Mr. B Hives Football Chat, and obviously I will be on your cricket stream later on as well. Mr. B Chat's England Cricket. I'm also on Coach's Corner, Waffle TV, Delbert Gunner TV, RS Talks Football, a few other channels as well, True Guna, some other channels. If you want to catch my channel, it's down below there. It says there. Dear Sinclairo, I have got a stream later on today, 7:30 p.m. Hopefully, maybe Mr. B can make that, and got a few other guests.
Oh yeah, I should be able to go on that.
Not having too many guests because I've known for watch. I learned my lesson for watch alongs now that having quite a lot of guests can be a bit annoying, people talking over each other and stuff and talking. So I'm gonna have not many guests for watch alongs now, maybe like 3 or 4 guests max. So that'll be 7:30 tonight. France versus Spain, and then I'm doing the England game as well on tomorrow. But yeah, so go subscribe to me, like all my videos, go watch back some of my videos, and check out my stream tonight. Ollie.sinclair556 on Instagram, Davire fan page 1 on Instagram. Ollie's Big 556 on TikTok, X, and SoundCloud. Decent Claire, and I'm about to do a mix now. That's why I'm leaving, so I can do the mix in time to join Mr. B's next stream, which is at 2:30. So yeah, Decent Claire 556 on Mixcloud doing a drum and bass mix today. Yeah, so that's it really. Export Space Station, Snapchat, please do personally DM for that. But big up Mr. B from me on, big up Manny as well for joining.
No worries, man.
Glad to hear you're feeling better. But yeah, I got the new shirt. This is quite cheap actually.
Nice,
shirt. But I will be wearing something blue today because of France. I've got a few blue stuff. I'm not sure deciding on what I'm going to wear, but I will be there for the cricket stream in about 30 minutes. But I do need to do the mix now, and then I'll hop on the stream. But big up Manny, big up the chat as well, Chris and Chelsea fan. And yeah, I'll see you guys in 30 minutes for the cricket stream if you guys are there. If not, I'll see you on the next Mr. B's next stream on this channel. But yeah, please sure to check out my stream at 7:30, and I have a couple of guests on there. Join me in the comments, and yeah, do subscribe to my channel if you're new, like the stream and stuff like that. But big up Miss B from me on, big up Manny as well, and yeah, come on England. Hopefully we can bring it home. I mean, hopefully we can at least make it to the final. But it'll be a tough final really because we have to play Spain or France, and none of those is going to be easy. But I mean, I'm pretty confident we can beat Netherlands. Obviously, they just beat Turkey and some players, but yeah. But big up from me on, and enjoy the rest of the stream. Big up.
No worries, man. No
Cheers,
worries.
Ollie.
Yep, see you guys.
Take care, fella. Yeah.
Cheers, mate. See you guys. Cheers.
Take care, mate.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah. So we're not obviously doing the prediction thing. Well, I wasn't going to do prediction just yet, but I mean, he already said obviously what he thought the score would be. But what did you actually make of that game though, Manny? That Switzerland one, England Switzerland.
Yeah, the tragic thing is, Steve, that we if you take a look in comparison at the Slovakia game, for instance, where we were absolutely abysmal. Big up Chelsea fan, by the way. Sorry for not noticing you earlier. In that Slovakia game, we were absolutely awful. We looked a little bit better in the Switzerland game, where we were forcing them on the back foot, and our back three, 3-4-2-1 formation was working really well. But the fact is, we still weren't able to get a shot on target, and Switzerland were starting to improve and get better on the counter-attack, and that was the worrying thing about it. So it really made me kind of angry that, we still never really were able to get a foothold in, and Switzerland, as they got better, they looked much the better team. They were worthy of the goal which put them ahead. It took a magical moment from Saka to
star boy. Yeah.
Yep, to sort of get us back in it. And but we still never really looked like threatening Jan Sommer's goal afterwards. And of course, Shaqiri from that corner very nearly had short. Yeah. Shaqiri. Yeah. Brilliant. I mean, his hips don't lie, and certainly his left foot doesn't lie either, as Scotland found out that day. But and of course, from that corner, he had Pickford in all sorts of trouble. The bloke was nowhere to be seen. And that could very easily have gone in, and that could have been, game, set, and match Switzerland. But as it turned out, we survived another stroke of luck, and it went to penalties. Our penalties were absolutely perfect. And one improvement on this England team is that we've now become a lot more ruthless and efficient when it comes to our penalties. That Euro 2020 final was just a blip, probably. And it was great to see Saka banish those demons wonderfully, a little bit like how Stuart Pearce did at Euro 96.
Yeah, without the intensity of their face. That frightening face.
They didn't call him Psycho for nothing, but what a player he was. Should have captained England a lot more than he did. I think he only captained them 10 times. David Platt was chosen ahead of him, and Hoddle also rather arrogantly froze him out. And he never really was able to re-establish himself. But always a legend for me. And
Yeah.
after we've done the worst part is we're starting to become a little bit almost like the Argentinian team in 1990, although to be fair, they had so many injuries and suspensions, but they were also finding a way to end up going through to the final stages of the competition thanks to the lottery of the penalties. If memory serves me right, they survived penalties against Yugoslavia in the quarterfinal and Italy in the semi-final. And had it not been for a foul on Klinsmann in the penalty area, they would probably have taken it to extra time and maybe penalties there, but they were clearly hanging on to penalty kicks, and they played their part in one of the most disgusting spectacles you'd ever see in a World Cup. Monzon and Dazzotti getting sent off, Maradona himself getting booked. The Germans also were diving a lot around the place, and it was. I'm glad I didn't see that. I was too distraught to watch anymore, really, after England got knocked out earlier. But I don't want us to be that sort of a team which has to rely on, that luck factor. I know Chris said that he predicted that Switzerland would beat us on penalties. I also predicted a draw, and the Netherlands can beat us 2-1. So I think it can reverse and prove me wrong. And to that point, I've also predicted a Netherlands win by that similar scoreline. Actually, I've gone for a 3-2 Netherlands win. But the problem with the Netherlands, and I think Chris has already seen that, has already addressed that in the chat, is that they're starting to score more. They've already scored 9 goals in the tournament. They've scored consistently. Yeah. So we have to be worried about them in a way. And again, we have to make sure that we get the midfield and the the forward line working, because they have to work in unison. As far as the defense is concerned, I have no issues. If Shaw is fit enough to start the game, then he probably might be the best person who will tackle the threat of Denzel Dumfries and also whoever's going to be playing on the right side of that midfield for the Netherlands. So I'd have Shaw back if he's fit, but if he isn't fit, I think Bukayo Saka could work.
Saka, yeah. And Trippier on the right, which is where he's best at, I would have said. And then switching like they did in the Switzerland one.
Exactly. I mean, that was what Southgate did. It was a sort of a bait and switch, really, and it worked a treat. And then, so you can have the same back three of Walker, Stones, and either Guéhi or Konsa. You probably would have to say that Guéhi would come back into the team, but if Guéhi doesn't come back, then Konsa would be a fine replacement.
I thought Konsa was great in that game. I thought he played really well. I'm surprised he took him off, but there you go.
Absolutely.
And Mainoo took him off. I don't know why, but there you go.
Absolutely. And so now that you have your back three with 2 wing backs, this would be the best time to actually experiment with a 3-man midfield and a 2-man strike force. So you can have Watkins and Tony playing up front, and then you can have Rice and Mainoo and Bellingham playing there, and Bob's your uncle. And Chris Welsh says it perfectly. Shaqiri came on, and we had us on the rack. And it begs the question, why didn't Yakin use Shaqiri more? I think when Yakin looks back on, does a post-mortem of his team's run in the tournament and sees, how very few minutes Shaqiri played, he will probably look at that and say, you know what, I should have brought him on. And I was saying that if Yakin had brought Shaqiri on much earlier than he did, at least in the second half,
he's still a good player, a decent player, Shaqiri, I think.
Mate, really he's quality. He's quality. Absolute quality.
I remember when he was over here with Liverpool and Stoke. I don't think he quite done it at Liverpool. I don't think he was quite his best there, but unfortunately. But yeah, I think he's still very good, and I think they're a very good team, Switzerland. They always seem to get far in these tournaments as well. They always seem to go pretty far, and I don't know. They never seem to actually get there and win anything, but I don't know. Maybe sometime in the future they might. I think they're a very good team. One of the best of the. Could you still call them dark horses anymore, Switzerland, or do you think they're on a par with the other bigger teams now?
I think they're still dark horses, mate, because they still don't quite have the ability to really, ram home their advantage, and that's what ended up costing them. It cost them against Spain in the last Euros. It's cost them here against us. And they're going to have to find a way to really take it to the next level. And you also have to wonder if they have to look for to sort of consider life beyond Xhaka, beyond Rodriguez, beyond Shaqiri, and a few others
They've got some
who are
good
getting into their
Vargas,
30s.
I rate. He's a good player, Vargas, and
Yes.
Bolo, pretty decent.
Absolutely.
Who's the old one? I think there was quite quick one on the other side. They took him off in the end, but he wasn't quite. I think we sort of managed to sort him out and keep him quiet. And I don't know how. Somehow we did. He's quite. What's his name? Guy on the right. I think he's on the right. Was it Vargas or was it someone else?
Vargas is on the left.
On the left. Yeah.
Was it Freuler or Reeder?
I don't know. I thought there was I'm sure there was another one. I'm trying to think of his name. I can't think of his name at the moment. But anyway, they've got some good players there coming through. I think younger players. So they are going to be. Yeah, I think they're going to be there or thereabouts for many years to come, and they may just win something at some stage. So I wouldn't count them out at all. But moving on, obviously, to the semis now, and obviously with this one, Spain-France tonight, can you see there being many goals in this, mate? Or are we going to go to yet another extra time and penalties and everything again? Because France ain't really done it that much in this tournament. I don't think it's been great. Spain have been one of the better teams. Would have played better football in this tournament. Them and Germany and Turkey and that, maybe.
Absolutely.
What do you think is going to happen here?
Yeah, well, I've gone for a 3-2 Netherlands win. I think, credit to us, we are starting to,
Spain and France,
a little bit. Oh, Spain and France.
Yeah, sorry,
I've gone for France to win 2-1 because the thing about Spain is that they will have a few players suspended. Carvajal won't be there, and one or two others. There was some doubt as to whether Morata would be suspended. I believe, word is that he will be available. I just don't know if Spain are going to be able to recover from losing so many of their suspended players. And I think that decision from Anthony Taylor to award a penalty, to not award a penalty against Cucurella, that was an absolute disgrace. And I don't want to see any English referee or official involved in the final.
Yeah.
So
they are poor,
I just think Spain rode their luck a little bit, and France are due a better performance. So the stage is set for France to win because they know that although they were somehow able to hold on against a Portugal team that was handicapped by Ronaldo, there aren't going to be any such issues with Spain. And even if Dani Carvajal will be unavailable, Luis de la Fuente can call on the likes of Jesus Navas or someone else, and all will be forgiven.
Yeah, well, let's see you in here. Brilliant. And Chris is going 1-0 Spain, 1-0 France win on penalties. No, I think they hopefully this will be finishing normal or extra time. I don't want to see more penalties. I mean, don't get me wrong, penalties can be good at times, but I think they're a lottery and not one of my favourite things to watch all the time. England were great at theirs the other day, brilliant, fantastic. All 5 penalties, brilliant. It's about time we had some really good penalty takers, and all 5 of them were brilliant. And Mr. Tony, what a penalty that was! As usual, stare at the keeper and then knock it in somehow without missing the ball. I don't know how he does it. It's incredible, but great penalty. And so I'd like to see this done in normal extra time even. Spain, Chelsea fans, Spain will win 2-0. Yeah, I've got a feeling for Spain, I think they've been one of the better teams in this tournament, really played well. I think Olmo's a great player, quality player. And a lot of theirs, Yamal looks really good. I think is he 16? That young boy up front, yeah, he's quality. Got some really good players. I don't think they're quite the team they were with the 2008, 12, whatever, with the likes of Torres and Cavalla and Fabregas, Iniesta, Xavi, well, what a team that was, but I mean, not quite that team now, but I think they're very good. I do think they play some good football. And if France are poor again, because I think they haven't sparkled at all in this tournament, they got through, but they're not sparkled. And if they play poor again, I think Spain will do them. And actually, my prediction here is I'm going that 2-0 Spain that Chelsea fan says there.
Yeah, well, for me, my prediction is that the pain for Spain will be mainly in this game.
Yeah. Was it the rain and the pain ain't what it oughta, or whatever? You remember that one, the advert with it's Lorraine Chase or whatever? Is it Lorraine Chase or something?
I think I've seen that advertisement. Obviously, we remember
that was years
the film.
ago. It's like
Yeah.
Was it 80s or something? I think, but they used to do all that sort of thing with and of course Luton Airport, and all things like that, all that sort of adverts. But anyway, France will still win the tournament. For me, they were my tip start of the tournament, not been at it, but they got winners' mentality, been there and done it, says Chris. Yeah, true. They have, but I just don't think. I think Spain might be too good for them here because they just haven't really played really great football. France. I mean, at times they have. At times they've been okay and decent, but not the best that they have been. I think when they beat us that time, the last one, I thought they were the better team, and of course got into the they got to the final, didn't they? With Mbappe got hat trick.
Yep.
And all that. So. But yeah, I think they were much better then. I don't know what's happened to them now, and I don't know what's really happened with Mbappe. I know he got that bad nose injury as well, wearing that mask. I don't know if that's anything to do with it, but he just ain't really fired, I don't think. And if he doesn't here, I don't think they're going to get through. So
yeah, some of the players I think who were an integral part of France's run to the final of the World Cup about 1.5 years ago have not really been able to shine this time around. I think you have to take a look in the middle and observe the likes of Adrien Rabiot, who probably has been a disappointment. N'Golo Kante has been excellent, but they just haven't been able to get it together, if you know what I mean. And I just think that this particular semi-final will be their biggest test and will really determine if they're made of the right stuff. And they've got to go for it right now. Chris has got it spot on when he said that France are more solid defensively than Germany, and yeah, it's their defense has kept them in. And I know I'm going to be shameless, but I have to say it. William Saliba has been the best defender in the whole tournament, although Pepe from Portugal is right up there. And it just goes to show that even someone like Didier Deschamps can be, open-minded enough to change things if he sees something he likes. Because there obviously was talk, prior to the tournament about how, as well as Saliba has done, he wouldn't get a game ahead of Ibrahima Konate because he liked what Konate and Upamecano offered much better. But then things changed, and now we see, Big Willie showcasing his style.
Yeah.
You could say he's getting jiggy with it. Nah.
As long as you don't go and slap anyone, you'll be all right. Yeah.
We're going to have to keep his name out of our stinking mouths.
Mouth, yeah. He never lived that down, Will Smith, somewhere. I don't think. That's never going to be forgotten. I thought that was really disrespectful and not classy at all, what he done there. Because in fact he was I know we're talking about something else rather than football, but since you brought that sort of thing up, he was actually laughing at that joke that Chris Rock said about his wife. He was laughing to start with, and then when she looked disgusted at it, he went up there and decided to do something about it, and I think it was stupid, really.
No, but wait a minute. There's another way to interpret that. Maybe the joke didn't quite register until he really realized it. And Chris can be a bit of an idiot at times. But I don't want to talk too much more about this. You're absolutely right. And an interesting comment here. Most exciting teams. You can read this one.
Yeah, most exciting teams sometimes don't win tournaments. Just sort of make that point. Experience will count, in my opinion. This is a pressure moment. One step away from the final. They be some nerves for Spain. Yeah. exactly. Yeah, true. But I still think they're good. I like to see really good, exciting teams win it. Good attacking teams. I really do. These sort of boring ones that keep getting through and winning the tournament. You could say Germany at one stage always kept getting through, playing poor football and still get through and get, naggingly get late winners or something, pop up with goals when you least expect it, or you don't think they're doing well in the game, they're way behind, they still come back and score and do something. So, thankfully, they're not like that now, Germany. They've, they're not done it. So, but I think maybe France could be that, but I'm still thinking Spain. And if we do get through against Netherlands, I think that'd be a tough one against Spain. I really do.
You bet.
But anyway, we're going to move on to the second semi, and obviously it's going to be not that, this one. Sorry, I pressed the wrong one, done the wrong one, but there it is. Netherlands, England. A tasty one, a real tasty one. And it's obviously tomorrow. And it's going to be nerve-wracking time yet again, heart attack time nearly, watching England, because we all get it, don't we, watching them in these tournaments. And that one against Switzerland was no different. I still thought Southgate's usual, reactive, not proactive as usual, bringing those 3 subs on when they took the lead. Switzerland took the lead. I thought, oh, here we go. He's going to do them all now. He's going to do the subs now, as per usual. Why not before they scored? Why not quite a few minutes before that? He could have brought them on, No, it's the same. He does the same stuff. It's like he's got a handbook and he goes by it all the time. And but luckily we come back again. And okay, we seem to have this never say die attitude, which is good. And I think that's brilliant. We don't know when we're beaten. I think that's great. I like that, but I still think you can still do substitutions earlier, make decisions earlier than that. And we got to thank a wonderful strike from Saka to get us back into it. It was quality, and but then obviously we had made the subs, and whether they came into it, I don't know. I think we did start looking better when they came on. I think Palmer was doing a few things, looking good when he came on. I'm trying to think who's the other 2 again we brought on. We brought who's the sub?
Eze and Shaw.
Shaw, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Eze was 21,
Shaw
was 3, Palmer was 24. So I made a comment in the group chat. 21 plus 3 is equal to 24.
Yeah, and I thought, obviously Shaw did make a difference. Okay, he looked, when he first came on and he was trying to do that, I felt bad. He was trying to do that cross. He looked really rusty. He didn't look on it, did he? And you think, oh well, he's been out so long, and that must have been so difficult to make that run and do the cross. And when you've hardly played football for so many months or years,
Yeah, and for that, you got to give Luke Shaw some credit. And I'm sorry for cutting in, but you got to give him some credit because he probably knew that this was going to be his last chance to prove that he deserved to be taken seriously as an England international. I think it's fair to say that if he didn't get a single minute in the tournament, then that would have been the end of his England career because there was no way that Southgate was going to, continue to escape the ignominy of taking on a player and not seeing him fit enough to play a single game because he wasn't fit to play throughout the entire tournament. So you have to give Shaw some credit. He recovered. He looked better. And you have to say the subs did their job. But again, you're absolutely right about Southgate. It's more reactive nonsense. And it begs the question, how often are we going to get away with this?
Yeah. I'm glad you did bring the other subs on earlier, like Tony and all that. Oh, that was better this time. Trent, of course, as well. So I'm glad you did bring them on. gave them a bit more chance this time to do something. And obviously we're on for the penalties as well. So, which was good, you know. He knew we needed them for the penalties in case. So, I would have liked to have seen us do something more in the extra time. I mean, that Rice shot was brilliant. What a great shot that was, and good save. But,
forgot about that. Forgot about that one. Sommer had to be at his best to save that. Very good save.
Yeah, so that was good. I don't think we had a load of shots. I don't think we was really threatening all the time. But I thought we did actually play better than we had the rest of the other 4 games before that.
Exactly.
It was definitely better. As Chris says, Netherlands will be our toughest test so far. Our attack and set pieces will be a massive threat, yeah. As Graham Taylor once said, the great Graham Taylor, RIP, do I not like orange? Yeah.
Well, I mean, how can you not like orange? It's a wonderful fruit, very delicious. You can make juice out of it.
Yeah, poor old Graham. Yeah, but RIP to him. But yeah, we all know what happened during his tenure of the England manager and that great documentary. Do I not like that? Seen that a few times and everything. But he's much maligned. But I thought he was a great club manager for clubs. I think he was great. Villa and Wolves and all that. Watford. He done well with all them. So you can't slag him off too much. And he's no longer with us. So I don't think it's good to obviously go on about him. But it was. I suppose you can say it was funny at the time, in a way. Although people were really laying into him and calling him turnip head and all that sort of thing, which I don't think was great. But there we go. But anyway, we're going back to this, and as I say, did you say your prediction for this? What you said the score will be?
3-2. 3-2. So it'll be marginally higher scoring. The Netherlands will probably score first, and we're going to have to try to find a way to get back into it. And so we'll score, but they'll score more.
Yeah. No, I'm going 2-1 England.
Oh, very positive.
Yeah. Being patriotic. It might be extra time. I'm thinking I think it could be 1-1 normal and 2-1 in extra time.
Oh, that's a good call. Very big call, that. And, Chris did say that if you predict England to lose, then it could be a case of reverse psychology. So make of that what you will.
I hope so. But it's going to be a tough one. It's not easy at all. But, that's what I'm going for. And so come on, you England. Let's hope we can get through, get to the final, and win it. Well, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? I'll still say Southgate out, whichever way. I still want him out, but if we do win it, great. But it's taken him this long to do something, and the England women's team have won it. The under-21s have won it. The under-19s have won it, and he's taken him this long to maybe try and win this. So it's just, sorry, it's not good enough. And I want somebody, a new manager, that was going to make us play better as well. This really hasn't been good enough, our style of play, our playing. I mean, it's, getting us results. We're still winning. But, I want to see us play better than this. We've got it in us to do this. We got, these big players that play in the Premier week in, week out. And yet they can't do it for England, some of them. It's just, but whether it's down to the manager as well, that they can't play like that. He's not putting them in the right positions or playing the right style or the right formation. That could be down to it. But, if they're good enough, they should do this. They should be able to play like whatever style they're told to do or formation. They should learn how to play that way because they're good enough. They should be good enough to do that. And so I think it's as much the players as the manager. at the end of the day. Once they cross that white line, they've got to do it, haven't they?
Most certainly, most certainly. I mean, in as much as the manager is responsible for picking the 11 on the day and the squad in his entirety, the squad also have a responsibility to stand up and make themselves counted. So, yeah, can't agree more on that. But again, I also completely agree with you when you say that we need to have a manager who will help us play a lot better and not just simply look to try and win things. Because, I mean, winning things is good. Don't get me wrong, but you do want to see a much better quality and standard of football than what you're otherwise getting as well.
Yeah, definitely. Chelsea fans got 2-1 England as well. Great to see that, man. You agree with me? Good stuff. That's great, fella. Yes, hopefully we will win that 2-1. And as Chris here is saying now, FA say there always needs to be an English manager, but yet they appointed a Dutch coach or a women's team. What's their excuse for that? Well, what does it matter? She's won them the trophy. She won them the Euros before the men have.
Yeah, and of course, let's not forget that the men have had the likes of Mark Sampson and Phil Neville coaching them, and Sampson took them to a World Cup semi-final. Neville also enjoyed, I don't know if it was quite a semi-final, but he still did some good things. But probably one of the reasons why the women went for a Dutch coach is because they wanted a lady and they couldn't find an available English lady, so it ended up being a Dutch who had a perfect winning pedigree, and it proved to be an inspired pick. The rest is history, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever you can say. I mean, okay, I think even they didn't play great football at times, the women, and still won it. So, what does it matter? I mean, she's done her job and she's still there. So, they may win. I hope they win something else, but main thing is they won it before us as well. So now we need to step up and win this one, and I hope we can. I really do. But obviously I need to go in a little while, Manny, because obviously I've got the cricket one. I might be doing that about 3:00 now. I don't know if you'll be up for doing that one. Are you available for that? Or
yeah, sure, I'll be happy to. Just give me. I'll take a bit of a break myself, but I will be back.
Okay, cool. And obviously Ollie may be coming on for that as well. So, but obviously you can shout your socials out there, mate. Where can we find you?
Yeah, well, first of all, if you want to take a look at YouTube, you can catch me over here on the Mr. Beehive of Football Chat, and also in about half an hour from now, I'll be on the Mr. B Chats England cricket stream as we chat the England women, and also possibly do a little bit of chat about the men's the men's test against the West Indies, and talk about their possible lineup there, and also catch me on Del Boy Gunner TV, Coach's Corner. Shout out to Hanno, who was in the chat, by the way. Also, Oris Talks Football, Huddersfield Town Fan TV, Up the Cherries in all departments, Rich Sports, Football United, Danny AFC TV, Tony Claude Gunner TV. I think I mentioned Rich Sports, Football United, Gun Down UK, and also Matt the Southern Gooner. And, just quite a few other channels that I do really like being a part of, and haven't been able to to go on their channels of late, but they're still quite special to me. And again, if they don't believe me when I say that they are special to me, absolutely, Mr. B said it perfectly, taking the words out of my mouth, but not on this channel. I've said it too many times on the stream. On his stream, he knows the drill very well. Go to Weight. Hey,
go to Weight Watchers.
You need to block this bloke.
Yeah, okay, mate. I didn't know. Sorry, I didn't know who he is. So I didn't know. I'll put him in timeout for the moment anyway. I'll ban him anyway.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But
I don't know if it meant that you or me. I don't know, but anyway, he's banned. So
that's good. So and socials. Do catch me on Twitter at Thangatharai1981, and also on Instagram at Threads at MannyThangatharai1981. And I will see you back again in half an hour on Mr. B's cricket channel, of course.
That's right.
And I also hope that you all enjoy the sport coming up, Spain versus France tonight, which should be an absolute cracker. Some divided loyalties for Robin Lenormand and Aymeric Laporte, both Frenchmen naturalized to play for Spain. And yeah, as I said, it should be a classic. Until then, I hope to see all of you again soon. Take care of yourselves. Be safe and be happy, and don't do anything that Mr. B or I wouldn't do. Big up, of course, to Ollie, who was in the chat earlier. Don't want to forget him. And without further ado, we bid you all adieu. See you all soon.
Yeah, well said again there, my friend. Well said. And obviously, as you just said, we'll be back soon about 3 o'clock for the cricket one, and that'll be on my cricket channel, of course. Mr. B chats England cricket. So watch out for that. Hopefully, you can get a lot of you back to watch that, and some people in the live chat. It'll be great, and Ollie will possibly be coming back for that as well. So yeah, go and check his channel out. Of course, great content on there. Loads of good stuff he's done. Football and music, of course, and everything. And go and keep following me on there, Mr. B for Life 182, and subscribe to Mr. B Hive Football Chat and Mr. B Talks England Cricket. So great stuff, and obviously plenty more content to come. Obviously watch-alongs. I'm going to be doing a watch-along for one of them women's games, not the one tonight now, the T20, because that's obviously on later. And obviously we're going into their first game, which they won, 5 T20 match series. And they won the first one 1-0 up. So I'll be talking about that one on the cricket. And then previewing tonight's one later on. So, and keep watching the football, and obviously Euros, Wimbledon's still going on. That's unfortunately all the Brits, I think, are out of that one, unfortunately, yet again. But they also got the semis and everything. Djokovic and I think it's Alcaraz as well in it, and all that in the semis. So should be good, and plenty of other stuff, of course. The cricket coming up, the England West Indies, and my dad and sister going to that one. So I hope they enjoy that on Friday. You know, with Jimmy's last game there. Unfortunately, last Test match. So, but it should be emotional. But anyway, thanks everyone again, and people in the live chat, and of course Manny coming on. Surprisingly, I didn't know you was going to come on. I thought you weren't well, but I'm glad you're better. And
that's the thing. That's the thing. I wanted to come on because I was better. So I wanted to say, just come on and show you some support, contribute if I can, and just say thank you for welcoming me to the channel and making me, feel very welcome indeed.
Yeah, cheers, buddy. No worries. You're always welcome. It's always a pleasure. And just thought you just need time out with your cold and everything. But obviously you got better, which is great to hear. And feeling a lot better. 100%. It's never good having a cold or anything like that. So we all feel a bit in a bit crappy when we all get that. So, but that's great. And obviously, as I say, catch us later for the cricket channel, cricket stream. And obviously Ollie will also be on it, so watch out for that. Thanks to him for being on here. And for the time being, though, we are out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
Cheers, guys.
I've done the wrong one. What am I doing the cricket one? I just noticed that. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, mate. My mind's going ahead now. Anyway. Yeah.